y'all. This question's deep. I didn't choose this one, y'all. I mean, it's in the choosing cards, but I didn't choose this one today because I thought it was heavy. But let's go ahead. And I think the timing is good because of what's going on in the country right now. Which was better for Black people? Segregation or integration?
Me first?
Hey, why not? Okay. Age before beauty.
I'd say segregation.
Segregation was better?
Yes.
Okay. I kind of agree with that. Preach on. I kind of agree with that.
I got my drinks.
Thank you. What y'all about to do? We're talking now. You're in the video.
We got the center popcorn.
Okay, so.
You want me to explain why?
Well, of course.
Okay,
this is like your English class in ninth grade where you got to explain.
Okay, so what they did is that with everything, you got to understand capitalism. Capitalism is about competition. In order for you to progress and dominate capitalism, you have to eliminate competition. So what they've done is they said, okay, look, well, Black people are competing for us. Whenever you leave us alone, we dominate.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
So at the time, at the end of Reconstruction, we built our own businesses, Black banks, Black hospitals, everything.
Black Wall Street.
Black Wall Street, everything.
Wall Street. They burned it down. Yeah.
Black Wall Street, remember, there's only been one attack on the continental United States. That happened in Black Wall Street, where they dropped a bomb on Black Wall Street because the Black people's fight. And that's because they had multiple Black businesses, hospitals, movie theaters, everything that the Black community needed. They had it. Okay?
So your main reason?
The main reason, so what they did was they said, okay, we're going to find a goofy dude. There's always a goofy dude. There's always a goofy dude that always loves white women.
Oh,
okay. So this is gonna get controversial. I'm gonna let y'all know.
Here we go.
His name was Martin Luther King.
Oh, see, I'm trying to get my whole show canceled. I agree with you up until a point. Yeah, I'm gonna need pass me where's my drink? Yeah.
Everything I'm about to say, are we still back on?
Yeah, we're on.
Okay.
Are we on?
Yeah. Okay. So everything I'm about to say, is verifiable. Okay.
He was in love with a white woman.
So you know about
a cafeteria worker.
And his name wasn't his name wasn't Martin. He wasn't born Martin.
Okay.
He was born Michael. So what they do is it's something called controlled opposition. So they control your leadership. Same thing what they did with Black Lives Matter. He was the first Black Lives Matter. So they went to his father and say, look, we got this plan for you. We gonna need you to change your name to Martin, because you can get to Martin Luther.
No.
I
ain't learned
my hand to my man, to hand to the man. I'm trying to tell you. So look.
It's reported that he had an affair, but like
he went to the university.
Like, people expect us to be like.
He went to the University of Massachusetts.
He wasn't a good man.
No. Listen.
I know, and it was a cafeteria. Okay. Remember who worked in the cafeteria? Because
at University of Massachusetts.
Whatever y'all choose, a white woman, she's always less than and raggedy. So if you want to get controversial, let's just take it there.
Okay.
So it was a woman. Here he was with all these high, educated, doing well Black women, and he was fucking the woman who works in the cafeteria.
And he got engaged to her. So you know the story.
He couldn't get
very
engaged.
knowledgeable.
No, he couldn't get engaged to her, but they had a love affair.
Okay. So
let's do the research on a very powerful rich man who has not. Like that's like almost
all right,
boring.
But no. So my point is that they had to find a leadership. They had to find a leader that would drive Black people. Because remember, Martin Luther King was not well liked during his time. Because it was like, look.
He was not doing white people.
No, but Black people. Okay. But listen. For this reason.
To the segregation. Because you lost me. So from segregation back to where we talking about segregation.
Yes. So no, I'm giving you some background. Okay. So segregation. They're like, we have our own. Why you want to sit at their tables? Why do you want to get your ass beat to sit at their tables? We have our own restaurants. We have our own banks. We have our own everything. We don't need them. We had a whole Negro League. We don't need them at all.
Wait. Never mind. Go ahead.
Wait, so you want me to repeat that? So to back that up, We don't need them. We had everything that we needed on our own.
We did.
We had our own black farms. We had our own grocery stores. We had our own black banks. We had everything. Hospitals, dentists, everything we had on our own. He's the one that says, hey, we need to be with them. Because everybody else is like, why do we need them? They don't even like us. Right?
You lost me.
So here's the thing. So I'm gonna give that context.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in banking. There's only 3 black banks right now in existence. At the time before segregation, there were hundreds.
Right.
So we're totally dependent on that system. So think about that. We have massive unemployment. There's a reason.
Okay, well, hold on. I want someone to respond. I want it to be a conversation. And I want you to, because, I'm going to have you talk again, but I want, you said a lot, so it's a lot to keep recovering from at this point. Well, let's first go back to the question. Segregation or integration, what was better for black people?
What was better, where I feel where we are right now, I feel like segregation. However, I come from an integrated household, so it depends on what segregation truly looks. But what it would look like now, if we were to go back to that, the question really is about what was better back then. I do.
No, what is even better now? Because people are having conversations that we need to build up our own.
Yeah.
And go back to our own.
So, unfortunately, to the audience, to give him my better opinion, I agree with him.
Economically. Economically, that's all.
Other demographics like Asian demographic and Jewish demographic, they stick to themselves. And I feel like if we as a people do the same, we would see more advancement in our people.
I hear you.
I agree. I say segregation because I feel, especially back in, I would say just 60s. I'm not going beyond that. But when we had our own and we were in our own communities, we had different people. Our youth were able to see the doctors, the lawyers, because they still lived in the community.
That's big.
And now everybody moved out because they wanted more. You mentioned the Negro League. Well, they offered them more money. So then the blacks had opportunities. So they left the Negro League, and then that basically ended the Negro League. So of course they offer money, but when we leave our community, we leave that influence. We're not there as examples. We're not putting the dollars back in our community. So that's why I say I'm all for segregation. And when you just think about it, I mean, the culture, everything, this country is built on everything by us. Our music, our slang, our vibe, the way we do everything and anything. And so now it's cool. Everybody, says whatever. I mean, I can't think of something, but
everybody's brother and sister now.
Yeah.
And Queen, now I'm here. Listen. Now,
right.
I hear the white girls talking
I have
honey, and I'm just like, wow.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I'm just saying, I just think it increased more of a sense of pride when we had it within ourselves, within our own community, and we can access it because you can see it. Where now sometimes it may seems out of reach. Because if you see somebody who's doing well, they're not in the community anymore.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's why I say I agree with, I'm for segregation.
So I'm for integration with a decolonized black vote. So the reason why, like you mentioned, Jewish population, Asian population, and actually the Latino population, every population, they stay within their community, but they come within the white community to get the best of it. Like they realize they have to participate in politics because they need power. They recognize that they need to have these relationships with the banks or whatever. But they're not colonized. So their dollars circulate within the community. So I want access. I want to get the best of what you got. Right? And I want to be integrated, but with a decolonized mind, so I'm not buying Gucci, Versace. I'm not thinking that sending my kids to the white school is necessarily better, or living in a white neighborhood is necessarily better, or that Harvard is necessarily better than Hampton, or
FAMU.
Or, whatever. Or Tuskegee, yay. And so I honestly, the reason why, one of the reasons I started choosing with Randy B is I realized after years of doing diversity, equity, and inclusion work, I was like, we need to work on ourselves. Because if we don't get right, us expecting white people that are racist to get right, or the systemic racism to change, is not going to. It's going to take forever. But if we got right and learned how to work the system, right,
Well,
and
that's
work
true.
this shit, right, that would be right. So it's decolonizing our minds, where we don't think that right is always right, and you have to admit that a lot of times we do.
Yeah.
So I'm confused by that. You say you want integration. What caveats?
Integration with the what? So Latinos,
Having
Asians,
access.
Latinos, Asians, Jews, everyone, they're integrated, right? They can go. They have the right to go where they want to go, do what they want to do. They
Get
have
the bank
access
loans.
to everything, but they love their community, respect their communities, and stay within their communities. Except when they're like, I need to go get a loan. Right.
But here's the
Latinos
thing.
ain't trying to be. Well, some of them are. But go ahead.
So I have a question. So when you say that, right, you're saying, okay, you want access. So the whole point about integration is access.
Right.
So but the point is that who controls, remember, we live in a capitalist system.
Right.
Who controls that system?
The system was chosen the minute, because we were the first product.
All right, but here's the thing. Who controls that system?
Right.
So I tell people all the time, I say, look, we cannot beat them in capitalism.
Oh, we absolutely can beat them in capitalism.
Why can't we?
Why can't we beat them in capitalism?
If we come together.
That's what I'm saying. If our minds are decolonized, if I took what I made and spent most of my dollars in the black community and so on and so on and so forth, we would be great. We could. Because if Kendrick Lamar was the person who was getting the richest off of his music and not some white company, because Kendrick Lamar is making pennies compared to a white person.
So you're making my point.
No, but what I'm saying is, but we could start our own companies. If Kendrick Lamar said, I will only work with a black producer, a black
here's what I'll say.
Like Jalen Hurts, my brother.
So this is what I'll say you have a great point. But here's what I'll say in terms of capitalism. They control it. So look, we've always had the talent.
Do they control it though?
Of course.
They manipulate it.
Can I tell you something?
They
control us.
Right.
So
they manipulate us.
So can I finish?
Into capitalism. Capitalism really is a mindset.
Can I finish?
Go ahead.
Okay. Because here's the thing. They control access, one. They control the tax structure. They control all the distribution.
But when you know the tax structure, you can make it work for you.
So they control all. No. So look, you've heard about the whole. Remember when Murder Inc., Death Row, what was it, Rap-A-Lot? They was all under investigation, right? And the reason they were under investigation is because they want to control. They wanted to come together, collaborate, come together, and make their own distribution company.
But why do you think they target them? Look at Queen Latifah. She always had her own label.
No, not label.
But she always had her own production on everything. She's done everything herself.
Label is just what they make you to feel like you.
Somebody else.
So it's the illusion of inclusion when you have a label, because they control the distribution.
Right, I understand. But
so it's the printing of the CD. It's the controlling all the. Because remember, Rock Nation, they control all the venues.
Right.
So not only they control distribution, they control all the things. So not only do you when they print up the CD or they distribute the music.
Master P did his own.
But people like Jay-Z, to me, the people get so mad, and we say such ignorant stuff like it's the Illuminati. People like Jay-Z went and he knows the system and he knows how to work the fucking system.
Great point.
It's a capitalistic society.
I do feel like, no disrespect, but when we have that mindset, let's be honest, this is how I feel. I felt like this at the time. if one person stood up, if we weren't in our mindset of being controlled, and we came together as a community, we could have wiped out slavery a long time.
Because we all are still mentally.
Yeah.
Well,
We
I'm
raised
gonna tell y'all,
the children.
some people.
We took the food.
I'm gonna tell you how enslaved
took over the land, we worked the land.
When I tell people, back when I first started reading books, can I tell y'all people were scared to follow me? Like that's how they were like, oh, I'm scared somebody will see it. Like literally just like me on Facebook. That's how like colonized we are. Now people are way freer because I think they're just like, whatever, life is tough anyway, I'm gonna go for it. But people were scared. I mean, and when I say to people, they'll say, oh, I'm thinking about going to Paris. I'm like, you should check out Ghana. They're like, Ghana? Like, our minds are
so gone.
fucked up.
Yes.
Like, literally, I had to explain to people, like, they're like, I got this Gucci belt. And I'm like, you know, it's a family called Gucci. So every time you buy a belt, it's going into there. Like, Versace are real people.
Like Tesla.
Y'all, I'm just like,
Hello?
Tesla, this man has
Right.
told you he hates you. Like,
Right.
And you
directly.
And people still
If you buy a
buying.
Tesla, your mind is so colonized that someone could tell you, I hate you.
And you still
won't
buy
buy.
it.
Because you think you've made it. And you think it's a status.
So
And you look
listen.
dumb to me.
So
Right.
to y'all
I was
point,
there.
so to y'all point, this is what I try to tell people all the time. We are under constant attack.
Yes.
I agree with that.
But
And
even
let-
if we're segregated, we realize all the entities you spoke about. Do you know how many massacres that there were on black places? I mean, when you talk about segregation, when you talk about the Toast Festival that people talk about was one.
One. Atlanta.
Like,
No, it happened
there
twice.
No.
1921 and
No,
I mean
there
19.
were- no, I don't know the number, and I'm embarrassed. I don't know the number off the top of my head, but we're talking. You can't count on your fingers and toes.
Yeah.
They were burning our shit down. So we can't stop.
What's even worse? What's even worse?
Segregation doesn't stop that.
No,
What's even worse? They wasn't even just burning it down. They would just kill everybody and just take the land.
because they will come into our communities, right? Because I do feel like we are a powerful people. I say that all the time.
I think
I
they're
do
scared to death of us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
let me say something
Oh, yeah.
to you. When you talk about capitalism, let me say something. I thought it was just capitalism at first. So you know when they do the earnings every year, they compare it to a white man. So they say a white man to a dollar a white man makes. A black woman makes 83 cents. A black man makes, let's say, 92 cents. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. They go down the list. Do you understand for the last several years, maybe 3 years, it has been an Asian man makes $1.01. It's nearing $1.02. If white men were paying attention,
Do you believe that?
No, this is a fact because of the tech jobs. If they were worried about just the threat of capitalism, they would be wiping Asians out. They would be, they would be like, oh, hell to the no. But it's about this. It's about this. No, I'm serious. It's about the men's, they're scared of black men's masculinity. They're terrified of y'all.
So here's the thing. So when I say we're on constant attack, I'm gonna get in trouble for this. But
I like that you're willing to get in trouble, though. It's called truthing. I love you for this.
so no, when I say we're constant attack, remember the whole thing about is like assimilation. If they can't assimilate us, they're gonna kill us. So like I said, they put figures. They've learned how to control us through our sort of leadership. Malcolm X talked about this in the 60s. There's no white entertainers that are the leaders of black people.
You're not giving white supremacy the credit it deserves.
No, listen.
They already
Who's our
Listen.
leader? Who's
So
our
no,
leader
Jay,
now?
you brought up Jay-Z.
He's not a leader.
No, listen. Jay-Z, he's supposedly a billionaire, right? Okay.
But he doesn't lead the people.
Name a white equivalent of Jay-Z. Who's a white former drug dealer turned entertainer?
Well, they didn't have to do that. They didn't have to be a drug dealer to make it because they already had resources.
No, they control the narrative.
Oh, they definitely control the narrative.
Well, yeah, they've always controlled it.
So that's what I'm saying. So when I say, no, listen, when I say about capitalism, is that they can control the narrative. We can create your heroes. That's why I brought up Martin Luther King.
Well, I mean, look at the whole rap
1000%.
industry.
Okay.
That's basically what they've done, which is why
they create our heroes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even when you look at media, the people who speak for us, the reason why we have to have podcasts and things, is that they're only going to hire people who are super whitewashed, don't really like black people. They hire black people who don't like black people, right?
Okay.
Black people who don't marry black people who don't have black friends, black people who don't associate in our community are the black people that they allow entrance into their world. So to be accepted into white people, you have to tell them that you're sick, right? So,
you have to tell them.
You have to show them.
Yes.
You have to show them that they're sick.
Karen ain't gonna have it.
I knew, but which is why I love like Beyonce. So Beyonce, see, I don't know if y'all remember. That's a whole other comment. I'm gonna stop that comment. That's another. But let me
She's
just
not
say,
a hero. Okay.
I want to go say she's a hero. Well,
Okay.
I don't think right now there is a black leader, and that's a whole other conversation. But I don't think there's anybody that the general black population says.
Yeah.
We look to this person to lead. Right. We don't have a leader.
So here's something I would recommend.
I'm agree with you.
A code.
A code.
What?
A code. Meaning an established set of behavior that we agree to that reinstills black pride and self-respect. Because what they've done is they've weaponized our music, weaponized our culture against us.
Yes.
I grew up in the early 80s. I looked at every black person like a friend.
I do too.
I ain't never,
But too, that's what I'm saying. But that goes back to because we all were in the same community.
Yeah, but here's the thing. We
And
never,
then
we got to
created
talk.
that
Look,
division.
they call, look.
Oh my goodness.
Girl.
Yeah.
If I could go back to Tuskegee life again,
Life was great.
It was great. If I could do
So-
that,
Great.
So
college,
we have a
Life could be
disease
that.
if I could do that.
that's been given to us
Well, yeah, I agree.
to hate ourselves and hate people that look like us. As a black man, I got to look at him and be like, hey, what's he thinking, man? Hold up, Slim. You know. I mean, like, no, but here's the thing. That's been taught us.
But I go
and the
back.
black woman, like, hey, look.
About, brother.
Yes, but my point is that's been taught to us. So here's the thing. You got to go back to the 70s. Black love and respect. And yes, you know what I'm saying?
But that goes back
So
to
it's like,
community, knowing
so
your
here's the
neighbors.
thing.
I mean,
Your hero,
it's community.
you know what your hero,
Tearing down the black woman too.
so the hero
Well,
should be,
yeah.
I didn't do that.
They don't
I
know
didn't do
because they
that.
don't have reference in that.
I didn't do that. So here's the thing. Our heroes, because you can talk to an average white dude, even the dudes that's in like NFL, you know who they father be? Like you ask Tom Brady, who's his hero? Guess who his hero is?
I don't like Tom
Guess who his
Brady,
hero is?
I don't know.
His dad.
Oh, okay.
Nobody famous. No, it's his father.
Well, a lot of ours
And
will
when
say
we
their
get back
mothers.
to that, it's like, you know who your heroes?
Yeah, they'll
You
say their
always
mothers.
hear black
I
athletes
mean,
talk
what's his
about
name?
this.
Lamar Jackson.
You always hear black
Ravens
athletes.
just won because they said his mom got on his case last week.
No,
They sure did.
Yeah.
They said ever since Lamar Jackson got
so
got his ass.
I'm a Redskins fan. I'm a Redskins fan.
All the shit you said for
I'm a Redskins fan. I'm a Redskins fan.
Let me get away.
And when they asked Jay Daniels, hey, so who would you contribute?
Myself.
Who would you say influenced you and made you the person you are?
You don't think black men can say that?
His
Every
mother,
black man, like he did the same thing. They said God.
and then his mother, and then his mother. But that's how we raise our children. Because
So
No, I'm not even gonna do it. I was just gonna go down.
go.
So are you saying the father should be above God?
Go.
That's some
Go.
sick of that shit.
Go.
I am too.
Okay, so can I answer?
Answer your own question.
So what he could have said, which is the reality and the truth, you know why I got to this position? You know how I became Jay Daniels, a Heisman Trophy winner, 13-game winner, took my team to the playoffs in my rookie year? My parents, the two black people that brought me into this world, them wonderful people that said what? Look,
That's number
that
two.
sacrificed everything to bring me and make me who I am.
What I
But they always
feel,
because they want to
what I
diminish.
honestly
Because here's the
feel,
thing,
because
they
your
want
mind
to.
is colonized, I think you miss all the
No,
black
they want
men
to
out there that
diminish.
do appreciate their fathers.
No,
that do
they want to
appreciate their mothers.
diminish the black
there's a lot
family
of
and say
sorry-ass
it's
white men.
somebody from
you know
upstairs.
what?
And
I
I'm like,
disagree.
Go
I don't
ahead.
think they're diminishing the family.
Them-
We teach our children. The Bible says God is first, then family.
Right.
So that
Right.
is the hierarchy of how.
Right.
That's what the Bible says, and that's what we're
That's what
taught,
we teach our
and
kids.
that's what we
So-
teach our children.
And to be honest, you do find that I feel like when you watch these support shows and stuff, they don't give honor to God first.
They do.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at them a little differently, like.
Black people,
Right.
we ride first.
That we teach our kids God first.
Yeah, we do.
Okay.
Okay, y'all, we gotta wrap it up because we've been talking about this a while.
Yeah.
Y'all got me so stressed that I mean, I had to leave and get chicken. I'm sorry, my family's from Dallas. It's not personal.
That's fine. Oh, at least your family's from Dallas.
No,
Good.
my family's actually from Mount Pleasant, Texas, which is,
No,
an hour away from Dallas.
look,
Same
if you
thing.
from Texas, look, if
Yeah.
you was a DC cowboy, it'd be something different. But either way,
I
but my
don't
point
have to
is,
be all,
look,
I've sucked for a
so
long time.
my point is that
Well, you know, I'm
instead
Bears
of
fan,
instead
but
of
hey.
just instead of
You Bears?
only
I
giving
know.
praise
No,
to God,
We've been out.
let's put an
That's the kind of
emphasis
thing-
on the black past that
I know,
racist.
right?
We
Because here's the
They
thing,
hanging on.
because he's the black thing, because here's the thing.
Right.
They've always trying to change the narrative. They're trying to put a, remember, the most black people you see now, they're mixed race. They're trying to elevate them above us
That's
to
a
create.
I had the stats for that. Give me
That's just a
The
media
face of the
thing.
NFL is
And that's just a
Patrick
media thing.
Mahomes. He's the goofiest, corniest, assimilated Negro that you will ever see.
But
Here's the thing.
He does not represent the majority
If he
of black
wasn't
people.
throwing the football,
The majority of
He
black
be
men
that
do not
funny-looking
marry
white-skinned
black
dude.
women.
Exactly.
You can say that. The
True.
majority of black men, I'm
Do
literally,
not.
it's something like
It's facts.
87%.
Yeah, they have proven
black
that.
men date black, married
but
black
my
women.
point is we're constantly under attack. So where they try to push that
That's the
narrative on them.
media.
Right.
If you buy into it, if you have to have enough common sense not
But
to
most
believe
people don't.
everything you see
Most
and
people
hear.
don't.
And that's
I'm
where
talking to a panel of women that
That's
do.
true. That's true. No, I agree.
Y'all
with you.
have
Most people
sense.
don't, which is
the
why
same reason why a lot of people don't watch the
Even
news.
you.
We don't have common sense. We have to educate ourselves.
Y'all, if y'all are beating the thing, we're gonna fight. So we're gonna fight. We're gonna take a commercial break to fight. We're gonna make it violent. I'm ready to be.
Okay.